Black car slide through. Don't try.
All right, well, time to fire up Tyler's car, EVO 9, the old Black Beauty. See how this cold start does. You're on E91. Let's go. Good afternoon, everyone. We are in Tyler's EVO 9 that we built at the shop. Let me go ahead and buckle my seatbelt because I'm gonna need it. But we are in Tyler's EVO 9. We did. This has got our English Racing race spec long block with one second, somebody do there. Race spec long block 2.2 that we did, you know, about a year and a half ago or 2 years. Motec M150, Haltech dash, John Reed Racing package for the engine control, and just a bunch of other stuff. I would say this is truly a no money spared or expense build that we've done. Like, it's one of the nicest EVO 9s, I would argue, in the Northwest. So I'm going to be taking it out, driving it around. We're going to a little get together out in Beaverton, and I told him I'd vlog the car and get it posted on the YouTube, because it truly is just a sweet car. Tyler originally came to us with the dream that he's had for several years and saved up the money to really just let us just grab the bull by the horns and do what we want with it. So generally this car at full kill will make around 950 horse on a 6870 next gen with ETS's forward facing turbo kit, and it's got a PPG dog box with a GP1 Racing strain gauge with a Huey's lockout shifter, so we can't money shift the thing. It's truly, like I said, no expense spared. Full kill on this car is 55 pounds, but we're driving it around right around 40 right now. We're not trying to, you know, break it for Tyler. We want Tyler to be the one to break it. So, yeah, we're just gonna go do some driving, headed over to Beaverton, so it's about a 20-25 minute drive, and just put the car through its paces, get some rollers, and then my brother-in-law and I will be doing some full cinematic videos of the car. But it's just one of my favorite cars we've ever done. So Tyler and I are close friends, so he lets me borrow the car, and we can just have some fun with it. You know, obviously I've got my car, so he knows I'm not going to drive like an absolute hot dog. So stay tuned. If you're new, like, subscribe, and join the English Racing family. All right, we are full of the good stuff. So full E98. Well, it's E91 right now, but the ECU will take care of the rest. Usually we cut this down with race gas, but I do not have any at the moment. So to get full power, the full 950, the car would need to be on E70 to E80, cut down with race gas. So, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna start our long epic adventure. Hopefully nothing happens, only positives. Hopefully we don't get pulled over. Not that we're gonna be trying to rip on the car, because we're making a little bit of a cruise here, but yeah, should be a good day. If you've never driven a dog box before, it's rough. You gotta rev match it perfectly. So you don't have a synchro, you just have dog teeth engagement which it's the best for racing, but when you're driving on the street, it's harder. But fifth gear on this car still has a synchro so you can cruise in it, and it's a quieter gear, but if you could hear it, the transmission is not quiet. This whole car isn't quiet. It's quite a visceral experience. If you've never been in a car like this, hearing protection is advised, as well as a gas mask, because it's a hood exit car with twin dumps out the hood. So you're gonna have exhaust gases, you're gonna go deaf, but you are gonna have a smile regardless. So this car certainly attracts a lot of looks too, so it's not subtle. I know when I fired it up this morning, my neighbors, I can hear them complaining about it already. So this is definitely not HOA friendly, but it is race car friendly. So, and then obviously with the dog box, what makes that so cool, for those who don't know, which I'm sure there's people that do, but this is for the people that don't, it allows us to do clutchless shifting. So the best way to think of it is when you're about to do the shift, you have what's called a strain gauge, and that detects pressure on the shift. So it has a little, I believe it's a 0 to 5 volt sensor. And when it sees 5 volts, it pauses the motor by doing an ignition cut, and it lets you slam the next gear. So I'll get a video of that. You'll see it, you'll hear it. This one's pretty conservative. We could be a lot more violent with it if we wanted to, but we also want to keep the thing together, because there's no such thing as a reliable 900 horse EVO, but we try to do the best we can to keep it alive. And just driving it in traffic, this is certainly not a car you just give to Junior and say, this is going to be a great daily driver. No, this car is, this is a weekend car, and always should be a weekend car. I think there's a point of no return, and I think this car is at a point of no return to ever be considered a car you could just drive every day. I apologize in advance for the wind noise. There might be some. I also apologize for blowing out your eardrums if you turned up the video, but this is a very loud car, and all the windows are rolled down so I don't get gassed out, but just an awesome experience. Just the tip. God damn. She's a missile. You know, it might seem a little bit novel, but the car does have cruise control. And if you know anything about EVOs don't come factory with cruise control, but that's because of the Motec. We're able to put that in there. All right, guys. Well, I'm taking the car back. I'm going to go ahead and drop it off at Tyler's. It's been fun having the car. You know, I didn't have a chance to get with my brother-in-law to do some cinematic stuff with the car, but that's okay. The car's not going anywhere, so I'm going to go park it back at home, and then, you know, maybe we'll have the car again on the channel soon. Maybe we won't, but obviously, you know, I think it's, like I said, one of the coolest EVOs you could ever, like one of the coolest EVOs you'll ever see. You know, it's just really well done car. So glad I had the chance to go and drive it around. You know, seeing it on the dyno. I remember talking to Tyler about the dream, and then the fact that the car is now together and the dream is there and it's actually driving on the road now. It's pretty awesome. So it's just little things that make you appreciative for what I do for work. Beyond that, you know, I'd say, you know, if I ever had a recommendation of where to stop on a car, you know, everybody wants this, but understand that this level of a car comes with extreme maintenance. This is what I would consider a high maintenance and extensive car. Like, you just don't treat it like you would a typical 700 horse EVO. You gotta be nice to it. You gotta give it brakes. You gotta do oil changes more frequently. The car has to run on a blend of C16 race gas and ethanol. So The 5 gallons of C16 is $200 every 5 gallons. So, and then beyond that too, I mean, I would argue every year, maybe check the fuel system, make sure everything's flowing the way it should. Luckily, the Motec will kind of give us an idea if there's the pressures aren't the pumps aren't contributing what they should, or if we have any issues. Usually the Motec helps us catch it sooner. I would never recommend a car like this to be on a stock ECU, ever. I don't even think we'd ever let it leave the shop on a stock ECU like this. There's just too many variables. And then, you know, when you're at this level too, the head gasket, this has got a custom stainless steel O-ring on the block side. Yeah, we have like a special combo we do for the head gasket just to keep these things together. And you know, at this level, it's pretty common to still push a little bit of coolant. So it's a never-ending thing of just things you have to deal with and watch, you know. So I would say 750 horse is a good place to stop. But if you have the mentality to be able to maintain a car like this, they're really fun cars. And you know, just understand that it will break at some point. So, and Tyler would be the first one to tell you, you know, like that there is going to be problems, you know. So, I mean, he's dealt with a couple already. So that's just the nature of having a car almost making 4 digits that you want to drive on the street. So and then even the dog box, you know, the teeth, the way that they mesh together isn't, you know, a smooth, gradular, you know, blending, you know, when it's grabbing the gear, it's dog teeth. That's the best way to think of it. It's like really sharp point dog engagement. So that when you shift a gear and you feel it kind of notch a little bit, that's just taking life off of the dog gears, which, you know, luckily once you build a dog box, I mean, this is a $14,000 transmission, you know, so once you have one, assuming there isn't a catastrophic failure, you're going to be probably regularly maintaining those dog gears or the dog rings. So, but yeah, other than that, you know, just another awesome build we put together at English Racing. And I'm glad I could share that with you guys. If there's any questions, concerns, emotional outbursts, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to guide people through their build, and obviously we do it for a living, so you know, I might go ahead and defer you to us at the shop, and then we'll build something for you. But yeah, hopefully I can do more of these cars that we put together with. I have a few customers I'm already talking to that we did some pretty baller builds, EVO 10s, Subarus and whatnot, so I'll be doing videos of those. But in the meantime, if you're new, like and subscribe, and then you have a great rest of your day. I'm going to end the video out right there. Just took Ricardo and the old Black Beauty. Now he's got to go to work. Low car life. All right, buddy.
Slide cars, slide through, no lights.